From Ticker News, this is Ticker Today.
Hello, I'm Aaron Young. Aid restrictions into Gaza have intensified as Israel has now reduced the number of permitted aid trucks and kept its border closed. Hamas has demonstrated its control of the region, with reports of executions carried out in public as they reassert their presence. US President Donald Trump announcing that start of phase 2 of the ceasefire deal, despite delays in the return of deceased hostages. He's now putting pressure on Hamas.
Well, they're going to disarm, and because they said they were going to disarm. And if they don't disarm, we will disarm them.
How will you do that?
I don't have to explain that to you. But if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. They know I'm not playing games. Okay? Now, we did something monumental. We got the hostages back. That was the first thing we had to do. Above all else, get the hostages back.
Meanwhile, the ongoing conflict has resulted in further casualties, with Israeli strikes reported in the area. US companies and consumers are feeling the effects of the new import tariffs imposed by Donald Trump. Research has indicated that American firms are absorbing the cost of the tariffs and passing them on to customers, leading to rising prices. Import prices have risen by 4% since March, with domestic goods seeing an increase of 2%. While some foreign sellers are raising their prices, it appears they are not shouldering much of the tariff burden. As businesses adapt to the changes, further price hikes are expected in the coming months. In the world of tech, General Motors has announced a significant reduction in its electric vehicle manufacturing capacity, leading to a $1.6 billion charge on its EV business. The company anticipates a drop in EV sales as government-funded subsidies and regulatory mandates, which previously supported growth, now come to an end. The decision comes amidst broader shifts within the auto industry as manufacturers reassess their EV strategies. Experts are now watching to see how this will impact the stocks of the automakers, the future of electric vehicles remaining uncertain as companies navigate the changing conditions. Let's take a look at the markets for you today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average made a significant recovery after a pretty tough start to the week, rising 424 points after earlier losses linked to the US-China trade concerns. The S&P 500, the Nasdaq, both turning around somewhat, albeit with tech stocks like Nvidia remaining under pressure. Recent sanctions imposed by China on South Korean firms also escalating trade tensions, which were previously heightened by President Donald Trump's tariff threats. However, after Trump reassured investors on social media over the weekend, the market responded somewhat positively and rebounded sharply. Analysts note that while earnings reports suggest a healthy financial sector, uncertainty around trade remains a concern for many investors.